and welcome to my channel. I'm the Angry Simmer. On today's video, we, as you probably saw from the title of this video, are going to be continuing our fun little series of subdivision home builds, which are basically translated to the Angry Simmer wants to move houses and is trying to figure out which floor plan to choose. So yay. This will be a very short series because there's really only like two we're considering. Today we are building the Maple Expanded from McBride Homes. If you're in the St. Louis area, you're probably aware of them. I'm still trying to decide if they're not the most overpriced thing in the world. I love the floor plans. I love the way that like their design studio puts the houses together and things like that so that you can, you know, get an idea of how you live in it, but their prices just, for some reason to me, are just like, what? Why? And it kind of makes me a little crazy because I understand that like there's a premium for where you're purchasing your house and all of that sort of thing, but it'll say like the same floor plan starts at a different price in different areas, and I feel like that should be the lot price because they don't include a lot price in there for you, like a base lot price. You have to like pick a lot in the subdivision, and that's where I feel like the kind of upcharge would make sense to be at. Like, you know, these lots in whatever town are $5,000 for the, you know, quarter of an acre that you get. Or, you know, over here they're 15. There was one that we looked at that was $24,000 for that lot. Like, we were just driving around the neighborhood. We're like, ooh, that one's pretty. We want that one. When we talked to the lady, she's like, it's 24 grand. I was like, and I'm leaving now. Thanks. Bye. I was like, how in the world, just because you can look down onto a highway, would you ever think that that piece of 4 feet of dirt that you're going to build a house on is worth $24,000? Like, it's dirt. You have no backyard. It's down a hill. Yes, it's got a pretty view, but not the prettiest. That's not an ocean. That's not a mountain. It's not even like anything great. It looks down onto a highway, and on the one side there's an elementary school. On the other side there's a water treatment plant. Like, how is that worth $24,000? You can buy some homes for that price. Like, so I was, you know, that's out of the question, and I'm frustrated about that sort of thing. But there were lots in that subdivision that were like $5 grand, and 7 and 8, which make a little bit more sense on this, you know, in the scale of things. But it's frustrating. Anyways, so even though my husband is absolutely in love with the floor plan that we're currently building right now today, and I am too. Like don't don't be confused. It's not him being like, we're gonna buy this house. No, we both walked into this floor plan and we're just like, like angels shot out of our heads and just pooped greatness. Anyways, that was really graphic. Anywho, but we like sat down with the person there and she told us, you know, all the pricing with everything and kind of, you know, explained how things worked. And at the time I was like, yeah, that makes sense. And then we have a real estate agent that has become a good friend, and she kind of voiced some concerns with that particular company. And some of the stuff that the lady like told us, and we just kind of laughed off. We're like, of course you would be able to sue somebody for a breach of contract because they didn't get their mortgage. But what? Like, that, it just clicked. Like, you can't just be like, oh no, I'm sorry, we can't afford to build this lot. I know we haven't started construction at all, but yeah, we you know, we lost our job or whatever, and the company can still sue you and force you to purchase that land. Okay, sorry about that. I've completely forgotten where it was. I know I was talking about the company that built this house, but so my husband and I ended up having the same day off this week, and we're gonna, you know, we're trying to get our roof fixed at our current home, and then we're gonna go drive around some more subdivisions, see if we can't find something that somewhere else that we like, that's cheaper, because I found a subdivision on Realtor that I thought was, you know, just as pretty, I think, but cheaper. It's more to where I think that the house price should be, but we'll see. But so while we're waiting for the insurance adjuster to get here so we can leave, I am doing this, and he's in the living room playing NHL hockey, I think. But because I've got my headphones on, and he's playing a video game, so he's yelling at it, because that's, you know, how you play video games. I thought he was yelling for me, not at the game, and so I had to stop and like walk in there and see, were you calling me? I couldn't hear you. Please. So if you heard any like ah or expletives in the background, it's just the husband getting frustrated at a hockey video game. So yeah. So as you can see me on struggle train here, trying to figure out how to do this island. The kitchen is at an angle at or in this floor plan, and then you have a choice of a square island or a butterfly. And while I want the square, I think it's not easy in the space with the Sims to make that one look correct, but apparently it's impossible to make the butterfly one work. So I went with a straight line, you know, whatever, it works, right? It looks fine. But yeah, that's what we're putting in here. Help me. Sorry, I'm ridiculous. But yeah, I was kind of trying to somewhat do the same sort of decorating that they had, as well as kind of try and bring what we have at our house into there. So like we have couches that look just like this, and then I guess, yeah, I put these little chairs. We'd have to buy those. We don't have those. We have a what I call a princess chair, so a chaise lounge. So we have 2 couches and then a chaise lounge. It's technically a love seat and a couch in my living room, but instead of looking for the next size of the Peacemaker one, I just used both couch sizes. I'm the worst. Anywho, I also want to tell you, after this point in the build, I get a little unfocused, so you'll see me bouncing between rooms. There's a lot of bounce back into the kitchen, because yeah, I was just all over the place. I was enjoying myself building, and I kind of forgot that I was building for a video and not just for myself. So you'll see me like drag out a bunch of different little things for decorating and toss it into different rooms that I think I want to put it in, and then not use them and use them and blah blah. I think it starts right about now. Yes, because I started on the bathroom, and then yeah, here I go. So anywho, this is how my brain works. If you ever not seen ADD at work, here it is. Actually edited it down a lot because yeah, nobody wants to watch that. Anyways, so there's these backsplash pieces. They're really nice. It just wasn't showing the way I wanted it to. I think because the Peacemaker account or kitchen that I'm using there is so white that it made those look yellow, and that's not what I want. So this bathroom closet area is a little off, I do believe, and then of course we can't just have the shower bump up against the cabinet there, so that's like there's a little like pony wall on the actual floor plan, but you know, we make it work, we make it look as good as we can with the Sims. There are some limitations. So I got a comment on the last one that was, I get a lot of this comment too, of like either they expect somebody screaming about something or being upset because the name of the channel is The Angry Simmer. And you know, if you've been watching for a while, you know I'm a cranky person. I yell usually about Maxis though. But then you know, they watched the video for last week and were pleasantly surprised because it was a little chat about life and how things are going and blah blah, and that's, you know, welcome to my channel. That's the style of things. I talk about what I feel like talking about. Yeah. So how that kind of started was because I had been a stay-at-home wife for couple years, and so that's, you know, while I get to hang out with my husband and my mother-in-law and my parents, blah blah, my siblings, whenever I want to, when they were available, because there wasn't the element of me not being available, because I'm just, you know, I'm good like that. Anyways, it is still like there's lack of socialization that happens from that, and then like, you know, I got a gym obsession that happened because there were people to talk to there. Anyways, problems. Yeah, that's how that started. Now I'm back at work, so I don't think I'll be any less chatty. I think it'll just be a different type of chatty because I'll actually have more stuff going on in my life and more interactions. So that's great. But yeah, I'm probably going to continue to talk to you guys as if you were here with me hanging out and we were playing The Sims together. Although I will say, after letting both of my younger sisters play my Sims games, that sounds weird, play Sims on my computer when they were over at my house, I don't think anybody can actually play The Sims together. I think it's impossible because there will always be one person who wants to drive even though they brought the other person over to drive. So yeah. Also, I haven't been able to use this laundry room set until now, and I love it. I think it's beautiful. But there are some limitations with it because they're just, you know, the one countertop or the one counter cabinet. I thought it would be like a kitchen set and there would be different swatches and different stuff. No. There's the tall one, the short ones, and then the slim ones, and then it does have a sink. I don't know if any of that is functional at all, but it looks so pretty, so I put it in there. But, you know, I don't really play the game that much, so yeah. That's how it works. You know, my Peacemaker CC is clearly functional, and I love how most of this house turned out. We don't have a fly-through, but I do have screenshots, and I kind of stylized it a little bit, made them a little faster, put some transitions in there. I might even throw a filter on. Ooh, I'm getting crafty. It all depends on how long it takes this guy to get here to check our roof so that I can leave the house and enjoy my day off. Also, I have to take care of the fact that I need a new screen guard for my cell phone. Because it's fallen out of my pocket one too many times now at work and it is just destroyed. But my screen on my phone is great, so, and perfectly protected, so that's the bonus part of having a screen guard on there. And then I need to get laundry soap because, fun fact. So, speaking about life, I started my job about 3 weeks ago, I guess, and, there was an issue with the system. We couldn't, get me into the system properly. There was an issue because my boss actually works for a different store, or, the same company, but a different location. And so when he put through the hire, it made the system think that I worked at the other store for some reason, even though it was put in for the position at my store. And so there was, a week and a half of me not being able to get into any of the systems, which meant I wasn't able to order any uniform shirts, which is a problem because they give you one when you start out. Just one. And so I've had to wash said one shirt every single day for going on 3 weeks now because now that I'm actually in, I ordered a couple more shirts, and we even had a sale in the company store, which was nice for Labor Day. But yeah, and they didn't ship automatically or very quickly at all. So I've been washing the bejesus out of this poor shirt. It's not a big deal because, hey, it's one free shirt, so that's nice. And usually there are a bunch of shirts in the back from either people outgrowing them or leaving the company and going to a different part of the company where you can wear different shirts. So yeah, there's usually that, but unfortunately there are either extra small or extra large back there right now. So that's a problem for your girl because that's not my size either way. So yeah, I ordered some, and it was so funny. So we had the little sale in the company store, and I put through another, a second order because it was 20% off. Now it's not a lot off, but you know, it helps. It helps. So I used it the one time, and it was just for one t-shirt, I think. And we're in this cubicle, not a cubicle, it's like a 12-foot by 12-foot office with 3 to 6 people in there at a time. And then there's another full 4-foot by 8-foot or something like that office off of that's for the manager, but no one who's a manager ever sits in there. So anyways, yeah, so we were all in there and we were talking about it, and we're talking about the different shirts, and they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna need one of these. This is so good for the winter, because we work in and outside of the store. And so I went to go and buy the sweatshirt that was $8 and then it was going to be 20% off, and it told me, nope, you can't buy anything else with that coupon code because you already used it once. And I was so upset, and one of the guys in my office was like, it's okay, I'm about to put through an order. What size do you need? You can just give me the like $8 when it comes in. It was so nice, and I appreciate it. And that's just like what I know. I'm rambling about work, but that's part of the reason I'm excited to be back at work. Like, that's the kind of culture that's there. They're just, my team's awesome. I'm super excited to be working with them. It's kind of funny because there are 3 of us in the position that I'm training for right now, and both of the other 2 people are retired gentlemen with the same first name. And one of them I used to work with when I worked for the company before. One is newer, and they're both just adorable and super sweet and super helpful. And I just am already like, you're my honorary grandpas, and I love you. Oh, and then then we've got the non-manager manager, who's a friend of mine and is just wonderful and awesome. And she just, like, she's worked for the company for 15 years, so she just basically runs the place, but without, you know, having to officially take the title of running the place and have to deal with all the stress that comes with that. So she knows how to work things because she's awesome. We're actually coming to the end of this video. I did very minimal landscape out here, by the way, guys. It's how it's going to be at the new house anyways if we do end up building this, because I don't want to have to deal with the huge amount of landscape that I have now, and it really won't work out once we're moved closer to my work. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!